Hi and welcome to visualbasic.net of Resistor color code calculator. Let me show you guys how it works. Here we have the color code and the numbers for these colors, multiplier and tolerance. So let's start by selecting one of the color codes. Supposing color code we're going for is red, you can see an indicator there that red has been selected, and this indicator is advising you to select the second color. Now the second color happens to be yellow. Now you're meant to select a multiplier, and the multiplier supposing is the orange. Now you've been advised to select the tolerance. You can select tolerance here, or you can select the tolerance here, supposing it's 5%. Now you've been advised to click on the calculator there, and that is the calculator. Okay, and supposing you want to reset, click on reset there and start all over. Select second color. Say you're going for violet, the next one green, and our tolerance there. Click on total. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is to take you guys straight into Visual Basic development environment, and we'll put one of these together. Okay guys, welcome to Visual Basic tutorial. Now I'm going to click on create new project. Make sure Visual Basic is selected and Windows Form application selected. Let's give our project a name. I'm going to call that VB underscore Resistor underscore color underscore code underscore calculator. There. Now I'm going to click on OK. Now that the form is ready, let's go straight to the properties, and in there I'm going to define the size of the properties as follows: 1386 by 788. And right there, let's change the text name. Let's come here and change the text name to Resistor color code calculator there. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is let's come straight to the toolbox and grab a label. In there I'm going to enter as follows. The next thing I'm going to do is, since this is going to be a 4-band, that's a 4-band resistor color calculator. So the next thing I want to do now is let me grab a checkbox. I'm going to need a couple of those. Click and drag. I also need some labels, so might as well copy this very label, paste it there, and change the properties of that very label around. Come in here, see where we have auto size, change the properties to that to false, and border style, I'm going to change border style of that very one to 3D and get rid of the content I have in there. Delete that. And the size, I'm going to make that 235 by 35. I think that might be too. Okay, let's reduce it. Okay, or maybe we should just set it for 150 by 35, and the same thing is going to apply to those ones. Let's change that to 150 by 35 as well. There we go. Alright, then the next thing is just to copy it across. That is for, that is 5 and 5 of these as well. So let's enhance the look of those checkbox. Now let's go straight up there to appearance. I'm going to change the appearance to buttons, and auto size, I'm going to change that to false. There we go. Right there. Okay, I'm going to copy this across as well. Let's copy this. Hold on to the control, click and drag, and click and drag again. And in here I need title 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, now let's come up here and change that to color. Title of that will be color. It's going to be British spelling, so it's not American spelling. So the next one is going to be number, followed by multiplier, change this to multiplier, and tolerance. There. So let's increase the font size to something readable. Maybe just repeat the same thing for all. Right, make that bold and 16 for all there. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is, you see the checkbox, I'm going to change the back color of that very checkbox. I'm going to change that to black. And the next one, why that is black, the text content is going to be white. Change the properties of that to white. The next one here is going to be, let's change the back color of that one to brown. And the text content on it as well is going to be brown. There, why this is black. And repeat the same thing for all. If you don't know the different color code for the resistor color code, you can always Google that online and you will see the different color code. Alright, that is red, and let's change the back color of this one to red as well. Okay, now the numbers, you should be able to see the numbers online as well. So the very first one is 0 and this one is 1. We have 2, 3, 4, and in here we have the multiplier, that is 1, and the next one is 10 to power 1. We have 10 to 2, that should be 10, and here we have 10 to 3, and here we have 10 to 4, and so on. The tolerance for these, they're all zeros, so I'm going to leave them like that. So let's select it all and just get it centered. Come right down here and get it centered. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to speed up the development of the interface, then I will get back to you guys shortly. Okay, let's change the title, change that to 50 and there. And also the back color, let's change the font color to control light, while the back color is going to be control dark. There we go. Move this down a little bit, then we can speed up the whole process like I said earlier on. There, so I'm going to now speed it up and get back to you guys shortly. Okay, this is how it looks now. I had to speed it up because it's going to take some time. So have a look at it. Here we have all of these are all checkbox labels from here. Okay, these are our labels, and these are checkbox as well. Okay, and in here these are our labels. Here, that is a panel, and this is another panel. You can see the name, that's a panel. I have another one here, that's another panel, and one here. So those panels, I'm going to change their back color to black. There we go. And you can always copy an arrow from within Word document itself. Here is a label, and all of these are all labels here. Okay, in total I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 labels as my display. Here I have a command button. Okay, and we're gonna need one more command button. Copy that and drag it along. Right, and change the name of that to exit. Right there. Okay, to start with the coding, here I have a label called first, LBL first, LBL second, then the next one is LBL third. So underneath I have LBL value, and this one is just a LBL resistor value. In here I have the LBL minimum range, LBL maximum range. So let's double click on this black one here, this black checkbox. Double click on it, and in there, right in here, as you can see, it's called CHK black. Okay, right in there I'm going to enter as follows using an if statement. If LBL first dot text equals nothing, then I want the value itself to be 0 actually. So LBL first equals nothing. So let's enter 0 in there really. Else, or maybe we should just say LBL line 1 dot back color equals black, equals color dot black. So I've actually started changing the color. So this is the line I'm talking of. In there I have line 1 because it's for the resistor is 4 bands, so I have 4 bands in here. If you want, you can create 5 or 6. The choice is yours. So line 1, line 2, line 3, and line 4. Okay, so let's go back to our code. So line 1 equals black, and if line 1 equals black, I would like my selector, this selector, to tell the user to select the second number as well. This is my selector, it's just an indicator for the end user. So selector dot text equals select second color. There. Else LBL second dot text equals 0, and in that case line 2 is going to be black and the selector is going to be, we have to change the selector to multiplier. So I'm going to change this to line 2, and the selector will be select the multiplier. So multi. Right, so if I run it now, what will happen is, let me show you what will happen. Okay guys, when I click on this black checkbox now, first label here is now 0, okay, and this color is black because obviously I've entered black color in there, okay, and it's now asking you to select the second color, which we haven't done yet. Okay, so all I'm just going to do is I'm going to copy these lines of code, come right in here, double click on brown, paste that in there, and this become brown dot brown. This also become brown dot brown. And in the case of that, the second one, that is 1, the number is 1, so I'm going to change the number to 1 and 1. So I'll repeat exactly the same thing for the red. Double click on red, copy, paste. Red is 2, as you can see, so we're going to change the number to 2, and this becomes red dot red. This one is red as well, dot red. So with those 3 that we've put together, let's run it and you see how it's going to look like. Supposing the first checkbox or the first color you select is red, you can see that that's red, and you've been asked to select second number, and your second number happens to be brown. There we go. So the multiplier is going to be whatever you select in here, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up the development of this whole color selection here, then I'll get back to you guys shortly. Okay guys, all taken care of for those checkbox. Now the next one I want to do is, you see these 1, 2 and 3, those are supposed to be the tolerance. So I'm going to double click on the gold, and right in there I'll say I want you to enable the button dot enable equals true, because I don't want the user to enable just to click on it while the whole process is now completed. So the next thing is going to be LBL line 4 dot back color equals color dot gold. There, that is taken care of because we're dealing with gold. In that case, I want the selector, I want that very selector to advise the user to click on the calculate button. So click on calculate resistor. There. So I'm just going to copy that, come right here, double click on silver, paste, and change the color to silver dot silver. Silver dot. Okay, that is that done. Now no color, this one is no color, double click on no color, paste that in there. In the case of no color, I'm just going to change that to white dot white. there. So all of those are all taken care of. Alright, so if I run it now, although not much is happening. Okay, we have black. Okay, second color, you can see them, they are all working as expected. Okay, white and gold there. Okay, now we need to take care of these ones. So here I'm going to start with this very one. Double click on the very first checkbox on the multiplier. So what I will enter is if that's going to be LBL third dot text equals 1 once it's selected, and in that case LBL line, that would be line number 3 dot back color equals color dot black. Okay, then select this very one, LBL select or selector. LBL selector equals, we're going to advise user to select tolerance. We'll copy that and paste that in there. Right, so let's copy all of these and I'll repeat the same thing for the others. Copy, now come in here, double click on that, paste that in there. The color in this case is brown, dot brown, dot brown, and the resistance, the multiplier is, that is 10, so that becomes 10. Okay, now repeat exactly the same thing for the other one. Double click on this. So in this case we have two 10s, which means 10 multiplied by 10 is 100, and the color of that was the color that's red. Change the color to red, and so on, guys. So I'm going to speed that up and get back to you as well. Okay, all taken care of. So the last one is taken care of. There we go. Right, as you can see, it's all the same lines of codes. Okay, the next lines of code I'd like to take care of, although it's not required, but the choice is yours if you want to do something about that, just like I did. You see in here the tolerance, I've already taken care of it here, but should the user select any of these, okay, I want the following to happen. So that is for gold. So if gold is true, if that one is clicked on, the gold becomes true. Okay, and enable calculator, this line becomes gold and this message displayed. So I'm going to repeat the same thing for 10%. Paste that in there. In the case of 10%, that becomes silver dot silver. There we go. And finally, in the case of 20%, double click on 20%, repeat the same thing, and that becomes white, really, dot white there, and this becomes, that color is white. No, it's called no color. That is no color. Copy that, double click on this. If CHK no color is checked, if you check that, that becomes that, and this is silver. Copy and change this to silver. Right, so that is taken care of. So if I run it now, this is what you guys will see. Okay, if we click on 5%, that's what you get. The color is gold. 10% silver, and no color is white. The multiplier as follows. Okay, you see that? Changing as required. Okay, so that is fine. Alright, so what is left for us to do now is to take care of the calculator itself right there, since all of these easy ones has been taken care of. So the calculator, come right in here, double click on calculate. Okay, with the calculator, I'm going to start by declaring a variable up here, no, an array actually. So let's make that 9 and as double. Right, that is fine. So comes back into the calculate here, where we have the calculate. So the first thing is, let's say Q equals, no, Q, I'm going to go for Q1. Array always start from 0, but I'm going for Q1. Okay, let's say by value equals LBL first, okay, dot text, and the same thing is going to be repeated for number 2. Q2, array number 2 equals second number, and array number 3, that is going to be equals Q1 and Q2. Q1 and Q2 is just to concatenate it. Okay, that is 2 and this is 3. Y array number 4, let's say Q4 equals by value Q3 there. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is I won't be assigning anything on the text box here, but let's say Q5 equals Q4, multiply that by value, so that is going to be LBL 3, LBL third dot text. Now I will then use an if statement to determine what's happening within the tolerance. Okay, let's say if CHK gold dot checked equals true, then this is what I want the system to do. As a CHK silver dot check, make that false if those ones are true, and CHK no color, no, that's supposed to be N, no color dot checked equals false as well. Now LBL resistor, value dot text equals Q4 and let's say K ohms. Right, now come out here and say plus, let's say plus whatever we have inside LBL T gold dot text. Right, that is that. But we can also enter the value. Okay, to be able to divide this by 1000. Okay, let's run it first. You guys will see what I'm talking about. Okay, we select our first number, select second number, and here we select the multiplier, right? And once we done that, the next thing is select the tolerance, which is the one we're working on now, and then click on calculate there. Okay, but whatever this is supposed to be 14 multiplied by this. Then if we divide it by 1000, okay, that will give us whatever. So that's what I want to try and achieve now. So I'm going to come here, right up here, or maybe underneath here. I'm going to say Q6. Q6 equals Q5. Q5 multiply by 10. No, that is 5. The first one is 5. 5, and let's divide that. So divide by 100. So because that's 5%. Once that is done, we then need the value. Okay, so in there I'm going to copy this, because where I want my pound, where I want the 1000 is called value. Value, LBL value equals Q6. Q6, and that's it. I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't need this anymore. There. Okay, now that is done. So we've divided that by Q6 by 1000. I'm going to run it because is the Q6 we use to look for the minimum and the maximum. So let's try out this calculator and see. Okay, let's say the first one, the first number is, the first color is this, and the second color is yellow. Now we need a multiplier there. Okay, now we need a tolerance selected. Now click on calculate. There we go. You see, so once it's divided by that, we have 1.2, and with that 1.2 we use that to subtract 1.2 and also add 1.2 to this. If we subtract 1.2 here, it should give us 22 point something, and this one will give us 25 point whatever, 25.2. so let's work that out. Close that. Now back in here, once we take care of this very first one, the rest is easy. So I'm going to say LBL minimum range dot text equals Q4 minus Q6, then divide that by 1000. Okay, and minus 5 more divided by 100. Concatenate and enter all of this. Copy that and just paste it there. Done. Okay, for the maximum, all we just need to do is I'm going to copy all of this, paste it there. This is maximum, and change the sign to plus. There we go. There guys, that is how it looks. Now the easier part of it now is to use else if. Else if, let's say CHK silver dot check equals true. Then we want the following. I'm going to copy everything in here, paste it right here, and change one of these to gold. In the case of silver, this 5 will become 10. 10 there, and this here will become 10 as well. Right, yeah, that's it, all done. So let's just copy it. We copy this and we change that for no color, paste, and that will be CHK no color. There, and that becomes 20, 20, 20, and 20, and this one will become silver. So copy that and right here, there. That is it, guys, and that's all. So that is the calculation for resistor taken care of. Look at that. Okay, there we go. So if I run it now, this is what you guys will get. First number or first color, second color, maybe violet, and multiplier. Okay, then tolerance, let's say if it's silver, calculate. There we go, guys, look at that. So all that is left for us to do now is to take care of the reset and exit. So let's come straight into exit. First, double click on exit. Let's declare a variable there, dim I exit as dialog result. If I exit equals message box dot show, then we ask the user to confirm you want to exit. Okay, a comma, there. Alright, so if the end user want to exit, the system will ask them to confirm. That's it right there. So that is the exit taken care of. Now let's take care of the reset. In the case of reset, I'm just going to copy all of this, come right here inside reset, double click on reset and paste that in there, change the name to reset. So that become I reset, I reset, I reset, and this becomes I reset as well. And here confirm if you want to reset and get rid of this. So to reset, all we just need to do is, let's take care of all the labels, LBL, change the color, dot back color, the back color equals black, dot black. Now that's that. Repeat the same thing for the others. So we have 2, 3, 4, and we also have LBL. Try that again. LBL resistor value dot text equals nothing. and the other one is LBL resistor. Or LBL value, get rid of that. Then we have LBL first dot reset. Then we have LBL second, paste. LBL third, paste. There. Okay, let's clear all of the checkbox as well. So I'm going to use a for loop for that and group them all. There we go. That's the lines of code for the checkbox and the rest. Okay, you see these lines here. I'm going to move it down here, so click and drag it here. There. So maybe I should reposition them. Okay, I have rearranged the reset lines of code. This is how it looks now. Okay, let's run it now. Select the first band or the first color, red. The second one happens to be yellow, and our multiplier, let's go for orange, then tolerance, gold. Click on calculate. There we go. Reset. Yes. Okay, that is working. Now let's try it again. First value, second value, and multiplier. Let's say it's red, silver, calculate. So guys, with that I'm gonna call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed. So you all have a nice day now. Bye for now.